One of the way prescribed to kill the ego is to do menial work and do karma yoga. Do you suggest some other ways to kill the ego? Nice question. Look, when the ego tries to kill the ego, it becomes a double ego. One ego is trying to, there are no one, two ego, there is only one ego. One ego is saying, I don't like this ego. Who is saying? The ego. And therefore, since I don't like it, they have to find ways and means to sort it out. So how do I sort it out? People have suggested to do karma yoga. People have suggested to do what our friend calls here menial work. Yes, if you are ready to do a kind of work which normally you will not do, like cleaning the toilets and so on, which Gandhiji tried to do, not the government organized cleaning, from the heart. So, when one begins to do that, then you are doing something which normally you wouldn't do. There are people, even there are among workers, who say we'll do any work but we won't clean the toilet. So there is something terrible there going on, which is why our toilets are never cleaned, because we think we have to run from there quickly, finish and go. You can't even keep your own toilets clean. How will you keep your minds clean? So that's one way, of course, of dealing with the ego. I don't like the word to kill the ego. I like the word to deal with the ego. But however, if I say, as I think, the best way to deal with the ego is to gradually and repeatedly make it understand that you are the problem actually. There is no other problem. If I can deal with you, then I can deal with anything. So now how do I do that? By developing, not trying to kill, but by first trying to develop a good relationship with the ego. Who is trying to create? One part of the ego. It's not as if there are two entities there. One part of the ego is saying, well, I don't like this fellow, the other part of the ego, which is creating all these problems for me. I need to get out of it. Ego is only saying that. One part of the ego. It is dividing itself into the ego which likes to be not distracted, and the ego which is, I think, is stooping down, low down. So, okay, that's the only way we can look at it, human beings. While we look at it, unless and until we look at it completely, under all circumstances, you will not be able to study the character of this part of the ego you are dealing with. And if you cannot study it, how will you deal with it? Okay, suppose I want to deal with one of the persons here, sitting here, and try to bring about a change. First, I should know what that person is about. If I don't know fully, how can I change that person? I need to understand that person fully. This also happens between the teacher and the student. The teacher would like to understand the student completely before he starts instructing, but the student doesn't want to let some parts be available to the teacher to study. So he keeps it shut under lock and key. How do I study it then? And if I don't study, how do I deal with it? So, these are some of the ways with which you can deal with the ego. As far as he says, do karma yoga, the real meaning of the word karma yoga is to work not for oneself but for others, and not work expecting results at every minute, but to apply your mind long term to the work. This is the way to go about doing karma yoga. You can every day do carpentry, that is not karma yoga. Karma yoga is when you are, for instance, looking after somebody who is not well. This is ideal karma yoga. You get nothing out of it, but you want to do it. This is pure karma yoga in its pure form. Well, it gets a little bit grosser as you say, okay, at least I am working and not being lazy. That's also karma yoga. Because some people think that they are in samadhi when actually they are lazy. I know people, I don't do kriya anymore. Why? Sir, now my mind, and then I sleep. They don't say that, of course. So, one has to watch. Vigilance is the answer. If you are vigilant, you can deal.